Good day, everyone. I am Tony P, and this week on the show, we have flying snakes, car robber serendipity, and a bear with nunchucks. All that and more on Tony P. Oddcast. So a friend of mine, Tiffany, reached out to me. She said, hey, I watched the show on YouTube. She said, I have a story. I need to talk about it. I need you to talk about it. The world needs to be aware of what's going on. So before we get to it, if you want to submit a story, any way you can find me. You can send me a story. Tony P. Henderson on Twitter, TonyPOdcast.com, comment section, whatever. Just let me know. Keep an eye out for things like this. For some, the sight of a snake just slithering on the ground is scary enough. For one, me, I am that person. I do not like snakes. I don't know why. I think it's a family trait. You know, I don't want to hurt snakes. Don't want to kill them, man. You go your way, I go mine. But we don't get along. But you know what I would hate more than a regular snake? How about flying snakes? Snakes launching themselves through the air. In fact, a long time ago, I had a joke that I wrote, and it went like this. There's only 3 things I hate: heights, snakes, and flying snakes. Get it? Because it combines the 2 things I don't like. Little did I know, these things are real. This isn't a joke. It's 2020. We have snakes flying now. Chrysopelia paradisi is, the genus name. Basically means paradise tree snake. And that's what it does. It propels itself through the air from tree to tree in South and Southeast Asia. That is a shame, because before right this minute, I have always wanted to visit South or Southeast Asia, and now I will never go. Who in their right mind would choose to go there knowing there's snakes in the air? Little was known about how much snakes, quote-unquote, fly before a team of scientists from Virginia Tech published a new research paper just recently. First off, no air quotes. If they're in the air, they're flying. I don't need scientists. Oh, well, there's wings and not wings. And is the snake in the air? Yes, it's a flying snake. I don't care if someone threw it. As far as I'm concerned, now that snake is flying. What's going on at Virginia Tech that they would want to study? Who does that? Man, I want to pay $100,000 for this college experience to study flying snakes. So these experts say the snakes glide through the air. So the study lead, Isaac Yeaton, told CNN that the team wanted to understand why. They have no dates. I'll tell you that right now. None. Because anybody who has anything else to do doesn't care why a snake flies. The snakes make an undulating motion, one of these things, as they move through the air, and the researchers were curious why they did it. Well, now they know. They have an understanding, thanks to the work of the team and author Jake Soka, who's been studying snakes for 20 years. No offense, Jake Soka. I'm sure you're a nice guy. Probably another one. No hobbies. Just none. I'm sorry. No offense, man. So come to find out, all snakes undulate when they move across the ground, but now these crazy also undulate in the air so that it's slithering in space. No, we've had enough. 2020, we've had enough. You don't strictly need to undulate to fall. So that leads to the question, well, then why are they undulating? For who? Who's asking that question? But now they understand the undulation stabilizes the glide and stops the snake from tumbling. No more or less horrifying. It would look kind of stupid. Imagine if it was just like, boo-hoo, tumbling through the sky. But I'd still be scared of that. Flying, undulating, tumbling. Pick a verb. I don't care. I'm not good with it. So now the next stage for this team, because they haven't had enough, they want more of the flying snakes, is they want to observe the snakes jumping from trees to trees or gliding outdoors so they can figure out how they generate lift and turn it into air. He wrapped up by saying, this is Yeaton, the snake guy, said snakes are question-generating organisms, and there's plenty more mysteries to be solved. I have a question. Why? Why snakes? What do they do? Why do we need snakes? Now they're here already, so I don't want them to go. It's not like that. But why? Why? What are they? Snakes, what are you doing? And they wrap up here with something very deep and poignant only a snake researcher could possibly know. We have a visceral response to snakes. The idea that this animal can fly is very unsettling to people. How many people did the Virginia Tech have to interview to find that out? Next time, just call me. You interview one. I'll tell you. No, yeah, that's disgusting. To get them out the sky. Where's that campaign? What president's running on that platform? Get the snakes out the sky. That's who I'm voting for. Ground snakes only, 2020. Newburgh, Oregon. 2 people were arrested after a car crash. They're okay. I don't do people getting seriously hurt. I wouldn't do that. That's not fun to talk about. But these 2 people had a car crash. The police came, took their information. Hey, let me get your license registration. Let me get your license registration. Everyone okay? Good. Come to find out, both of them stole cars. They had nothing to do with each other. They were just 2 stolen cars going among their way, and fate brought them together. According to Newburgh Dundee police, officers chased a Toyota Land Cruiser through downtown Newburgh, which, in case you were wondering, is about 20 miles southwest of Portland, after a citizen had reported the vehicle stolen. The suspect, 27-year-old Randy Lee Cooper, was attempting to elude the police when he crashed into an occupied Buick Regal. Cooper was arrested and charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, attempting to elude police, assault, reckless driving, and other related crimes. Great. That should be the end of the story, right? Nope. Wrong. On the scene, officers learned the driver of the Buick, Kristen Nicole Bug, 25, had been driving under the influence of intoxicants and also a car that was reported stolen 3 weeks ago. Also, don't steal cars. You shouldn't do that. That's not a good thing. But if you're gonna pay attention to where you're driving and maybe don't do drugs and intoxicants, do one crime at a time. I guess that's my takeaway. This is probably my favorite story of the week. Came from the AV Club. Back in 2010, come to find out, the internet was temporarily amused by what was being called as the Kung Fu Bear. So that this bear, he was impressive, but all he really did was he kind of played with a stick. And back in 2010, people were like, oh, it's like he's learning karate. It's like he's learning the bow. Okay. And he didn't show any signs of taking his studies further. He didn't progress beyond staff, any more martial arts. He didn't do much. So he kind of faded away. He did good for a bear. Don't get me wrong. He did good for me. I don't know how to use a kung fu stick, but it wasn't anything notable. And we forgot about him and we didn't think about him. And there wasn't a show like Tony P. Oddcast that keeps up with these things. Well, we're back. We're back 10 years later. And because of our negligence as a human species, there is a bear now that knows how to use nunchucks. And I was like, really? Did he just pick up the thing? No. Go to the YouTube. If you're watching this on the YouTube, you will see Nunchuk Bear's weapon demonstration has been circulating everywhere. And it shows our top land predator doing a good job with nunchucks. Again, I thought he was just going to, but no, he's spinning them around. He's keeping them moving. He's doing his thing. The article here from the AV Club can only imagine that the bear must have snuck Bruce Lee movies into its cave. Watching the movement, watching the moments for its chance to get its stubby arms on some nunchucks. It's really actually that good. Finally ready, the bear emerged to show us all what it learned. In one moment, Nunchuk Bear was adorable, and the next moment, deadly. And this story here, this story of Nunchuk Bear is presented to serve as a reminder. Do not dismiss the signs right in front of you. When you see the bear learning some smaller weapons, you're like, whatever, I can take that. No, it will grow. It will get better. I've mentioned this on the show before. Have you not seen the new Planet of the Apes? Nunchuk Bear is here. So we've reached the end. Thank you so much if you got this far. I like to talk about these funny stories, and you guys are listening. I appreciate it so much. And if you can, hit subscribe below. I have a new episode every week.